Wimbledon is just days away, so with that being said, let's look at what ladies have the best chance of claiming this year's Wimbledon championship. What's up, everybody? It's John Eric Pole. I continue my coverage of the 2024 Wimbledon Championships. Going to be a fun tournament, and you guys know, if you've been following along on this channel, we've looked at long shots and contenders. Finally, here we are looking at the favorites for this year's Wimbledon. Let's get started today by talking about the world number one, Iga Swiatek. Now, I get it. You guys might be saying, why are you starting with her when she's not the best on grass? I understand all that. Here's the thing, though. Iga, the world number one, the best player on tour, and having a great 2024. That's why we're starting with Iga Swiatek. She is red hot right now, winning her last three tournaments, including the French Open. And listen, I get it. Grass hasn't been kind to her. But she could get some help here to make a very deep run and be one of these favorites. I did a video on that, so I encourage you guys to check that out on this channel. It was looking at the checklist for Iga Swiatek for this year's Wimbledon Championships. And listen, here's the thing with Iga too. She's been practicing on grass. She's documented that on her social media. The fact that she's been practicing, not playing these tournaments, but practicing while getting some rest after having this very deep run in these clay seasons. Listen, I like that for Iga. I think that rest while practicing might actually be a good thing for her body. I think Iga Swiatek very much a player in this year's Wimbledon Championships. Now let's move on to Aryna Sabalaenka. Sabalenka, in my personal opinion, may even be the favorite to win this year's Wimbledon. She has the game to do so. She was a semifinalist last year, and we'll talk more about that here in a little bit. But like I said, that game to do something here on grass and dominate on grass. She's fifth on tour in aces, wins over 70% of her first serve points, and as you guys know, you're always at the mercy of Sabalenka's racket. Such a great power game. She's a two-time Australian Open champion. But as you guys know, she's known to blow some opportunities, and that includes last year's Wimbledon. In that semifinal matchup against Ons Jabeur, I thought she was outplaying Ons, and like we've seen Sabalenka do time and time again, just hitting some shots way too long, gets a little bit sometimes too in love with that power game. And listen, it is what it is, but for Sabalenka with that power game, she absolutely could beat anybody in this tournament. Question going to be, how is that shoulder? If it's okay, expect her to make a extremely far run in this year's Wimbledon. Speaking of far runs, we know this next person has what it takes to make that far run because they've won this tournament before. Elena Rybakina, the 2022 Wimbledon champion. She's having a very good 2024. We're just waiting for her this year to win that big event. She hasn't won a WTA 1000, and she obviously hasn't won a major championship, but she's won several WTA 500 events. Like I said, going very far, having a very good 2024. For Wimbledon, we know that she obviously has what it takes to win the tournament because she's done it before, but her game is definitely favorable for the grass court surfaces. She leads the tour in aces, wins over 72% of her first serve points. Second serve, probably going to have to be a little bit better here if she wants to make a very far run. But listen, Rybakina, all the talent in the world, should absolutely be right in the mix of things here in this year's Wimbledon. Now, listen, I know I started this one with that hot take with Iga Swiatek leading off today's video. This next one, I'm not sure if it is a hot take or not. You could definitely probably make the case, put this person into contenders, swap one of the contenders out for her. But I'm going here with Marketa Vondrousova. She just won this tournament last year. Yeah, that's right, the 2023 champ, the world number 6. She, in my honest opinion, kind of gets lost in the fold a little bit here. She's made some deep runs in tournaments this year. She's coming off a very good clay season. She just made the quarterfinals at the French Open where she fell to Iga Swiatek, the best clay player on tour, who went on to win the championship there. And listen, like I said, you can make that case to put somebody else here, but at the end of the day, she's the champ. She's defending her throne at this year's Wimbledon. We'll see if she gets it done. Definitely has the game to do so. So that was my look at the favorites for this year's Women's Wimbledon Championships. Just want to remind everybody that tournament is going down July 1st through July 14th. This women's tournament is going to be a fun one. You can make a case for a number of people here. It's going to be so exciting to watch. I cannot wait for it. Just want to remind you guys out there, too, that I will have my official predictions for Wimbledon coming up here over the weekend. So make sure you guys are checking that out. I appreciate all the views, as always.